What are we going to begin today? We are going to begin with database.
Databases.
We are going to begin with databases, all right? And I hope my screen is visible to you. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we are going to begin with databases. And I hope you know what are databases. What are databases? Before proceeding to the databases and all, first of all, the idea of what data is shall be clear to you, right? So you tell me what is data. Data is what? Data are the facts and figures, right? But those
Okay.
facts and figures, they do not convey any meaning to the user. Okay, they are simply raw facts and figures. When those raw facts and figures are processed, right, that time it becomes information, and information is meaningful and it conveys some meaning to the user, right? You know this much, no? The data is what? Data is raw facts and figures which do not convey any meaning to the user. In order to make that data meaningful, we need to process the data. After processing the data, only it becomes the information. All right. Now, to deal with the data, what can be done on data? What all operations can be performed on data? Whatever raw facts and figures you have, what all can be done on that? See, so these are few operations mentioned here that can be performed on data. You can create data, you can collect data, you can process the data, you can analyze your data, you can publish, you can reuse it, you can use it, you can improvise upon, you can validate, you can monitor, right? So all these things can be performed on data. Now, when you want to perform something or when you want to deal with your data, you need to have some application which can be helpful or which helps you to work upon data, right? Now, all those things are, those applications are called as database management systems, right? So, to begin with, first of all, we shall know what is database. Data, you know what is it? Data is what? Data is collection of raw facts and figures. Now, when you have huge number of, you can say records, then it is always recommended to store or to save all those records in a database so that it becomes easy for you to refer that data later on whenever you want to refer to certain records, or if you want to add certain records, or you want to manipulate something, or you want to add, or you want to delete, or you want to edit anything, then it becomes easy if you are using databases or if that information is stored in a database. Let's say that you want to store something, you want to store information of your class only, let's say, right? And you are creating a table in Microsoft Word, right? And you stored all those names there. Now, when you are storing all those names in a table, it does not serve as a database. That information is there with you, but in that, if you want to extract few of columns, suppose you have 10 to 20 columns in that table, and if you want to view only a few columns, you cannot do that, right? If you want to extract a few records out of those 70 to
Excuse me,
80,
ma'am.
yes,
Ma'am, can
ye-
you please speak louder? I don't know why your sound just became low.
wait, let me check. I'm speaking louder only, but let me check. Hello. I think you increase your volume. My volume is full
Ma'am,
and I'm
I've done it full. Wait, I'll reconnect with her.
okay. What about others? Are you able to hear me? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So let her reconnect, right? So for so what is database actually? Database is organized collection of records. So we were speaking of a table, right? And in that table, we have, let's say we have 15 to 20 columns. Now, if you want to extract few of columns or few of rows, that is not possible with Microsoft Word, because Word is what? It is a word processing software. You cannot make use of this software in order to deal with your databases, right? So softwares which enables you to deal with the databases, they are called as database management systems, right? So database is what? Database is collection of records. All those records or all that data that is stored in that table, it is interrelated. Now, we were speaking about information, or you can say records of your class only. So, in your class register, you have roll numbers, you have admission numbers, you have your names, you have your parentage, you have your address, and then you have your attendance. So all those columns are interrelated. Roll number one, that is the name. Okay, this one, this is the parentage, and this much is the attendance. So all those columns are interrelated to one another, and when you connect all the columns of a particular row, it becomes a record of that particular child. All right. So I hope it is clear what exactly is database. Database is collection of records. It is basically a computer based record keeping system, right? And it can be defined as a repository for stored data. Repository, you know what is a repository. So database can be defined as a repository for stored data, and it is collection of related information, right? And in databases, there is no redundancy. Entire information is organized. Since entire information is organized, it becomes easy to retrieve the information. Okay, it becomes easy to make a decision. It becomes easy to recognize few records, and it is easy to process the information, right? Now the thing is that what is the need to have a DBMS? What is the need to have a database management system? Now, this is a personal database system. So here we are speaking about a PC, and you being a user can create your database on your PC. This Microsoft Access, that is database management system, you have learned also. You have learned this DBMS, that is Access, in your 8th standard and in your 10th standard. So you know what is MS Access. In MS Access, this is part of your office suite only, and here you can create tables in MS Access. So in MS Access, the tables that you create, they are your personal databases, all right, because you create and you only use that database. That can be shared also, but you did not share anything. So if you are creating a database for your purpose only, it is called as a personal database system. Now here, she's the user and she's creating something. She's creating a database, and here is the database that she's creating, right? So this database is having lots of records in it, right? Now she has to deal with all those records, right? Now, in order to interact with this database, she shall have a database management system. In order to create also, in order to access also, in order to modify, she shall have a database management system, and that database management system in this case is Microsoft Access. I took this example because you have done this Access practically, so I thought it will be easy for you to relate. Now in MS Access, what all you can do, you can create tables, right? You can design queries based on your requirement. So if in your table there are, let's say there are 10 columns, depending upon your requirement, you can extract few of columns out of that, right? If you want to see a few records, you can apply filters, you can see the records. Excel also you have done. Excel is also a kind of database, because in Excel also you can deal with the records. You can apply filters, you can sort them, right? You can arrange the information in ascending or descending order. You can apply certain conditions, criteria also can be applied. Data validation also can be done. So Excel is also a kind of database, right? So these are the two databases that you have already dealt with. Now, the thing is that why do we need to have database? Now, need to have a database is because when we store the information in a file, right? Then what happens? There is duplication of data, right? Did you understand? When you are storing information, suppose there is no, you did not create any of the database and there is some information, that information has to be stored on all the, let's take an example of your school only. Now in our school we have a record of all the students. Now all those records are saved in the office, right? Now teachers also need those records. Let's talk about your class. Now your class record is there in the office, right? And teacher also need that record. Now teacher has a separate copy and office has a separate copy. One fine day, one student went to the office and she took TC and she went away. And teacher is not aware of this. There in the office, record has been modified because she took the TC and she left the school. She went to some other school. In office, record has been modified, but teacher does not know about this. So teacher is still working with that old file. So that was the problem with the you can say flat file databases. In flat file databases, there was duplication of data and there was redundancy also. It was inconsistent database because everybody is having a separate copy. You being a teacher is keeping a different copy, office people is keeping some separate copy, students are having some other copy, subject teachers are having one copy of their own. So it creates problem because if a record is modified or if they are updating something, that updation is not reflected to all the copies of that particular data because everybody is working on his or her standalone computers and they're all working with their own personal copy, so updations were not possible. So that was the problem with the flat file databases system. Then we switch over to centralized databases where what do? We prepare a database and everybody shares that same database. Now, if you all are dealing with one copy only, then what happens? Suppose you are making a change or I am making a change or office is making a change, that change is reflected to the original copy. So everybody accesses the same file. All right. This was the benefit of using databases. Then so it was what? It was sharing of data, right? Sharing of data or sharing of records was easy. It provides you consistent data, right? There is no redundancy. Redundancy, I hope you know what is redundancy. Redundancy is duplication of data. So in databases, you know, in Access, you have done, you know, it is not possible to store 2, 3 records with the same, ID. If you are trying to store those records, if you are trying to duplicate a record, your computer immediately reflects a message. It shows you a message on the screen that you are trying to duplicate the record. Your data is secured also and data is integrated also. So this was the need of using a database, that in typical file processing system there were many limitations, like redundancy was there, inconsistency was there, we could not share data. Okay, data was not standardized, data was insecure, it was incorrect. So to overcome all these problems, we started using databases. All right. Now advantages are these. जो flat file system की limitations थी वो इसके advantages हैं. All right. In this, what is the advantage? That we do not have reduced redundancy, right? And we have consistent records. Sharing of data is also possible. Data is standardized also, secured and integrated. So these are the advantages. You can go through these advantages from the net also. If you want to have some extra knowledge, you can surf net. You will get plenty of things. I mean, detailed information you'll get on it. So you can read through that. Now, What is data abstraction? Database abstraction. Abstraction term is not new to you now. You know what is database abstraction. Basically, database is what? Database is collection of records. Now, when all those records are stored in a database, what exactly is abstraction? Abstraction is that we are hiding the details, right? We are not worried about the details of the database, that how that information is stored, where that information is stored, how are we going to access. So we do not have to worry about all that. So in database abstraction, there are basically three levels of abstraction. Okay, in out of these three levels, one first level is internal level, right? Then we have conceptual level, and then we have external level. Now internal level is what? Actual physical storage structure, that how that information is being stored on the data, in the memory, how many bytes it is taking, which file structure it is following and all, and how are we going to access that data. That is called as internal level, right? Or you can say physical level. In conceptual level or in logical level, we are simply focusing on that what all data is stored in that, what is actually stored. Okay, and then in external or view level, we focus on that what exactly has to be shown to the user, what shall be the view for a user who is using the database. So database abstraction basically simplifies your database design. Okay, and these are the three levels. Physical level is there, conceptual level is there, and external level is there. Physical level is how data is stored physically, right? Or this is also called as low level data structures. It deals with low level data structures. And then we have conceptual level, which deals with the questions of what types of data are stored in the database and what is the relation among those items. Then in view level, it is simply concerned with the way data is viewed by the different users, right? Is that okay? You know, data is what? Data is the smallest element in a table. Data is the smallest element and it cannot be subdivided further. If we talk about a table, now all those columns, let's say serial number, or let's say name or parentage. So this one cell, that particular cell which is containing some entity, that is called as data item, and that entity cannot be further subdivided. And if you will look at that particular entity individually, it conveys no meaning, it conveys nothing to the user, that what is it, right? All those data items or all those entities shall be related to one another, then only they convey some meaning to the user. Okay, so this relationship जो है, this relationship is provided through a data model. So we have various data models also जो आपके data items के relations को show करते हैं. We have object based model, we have record based models, we have physical data models, but in our syllabus we have relational data model. So we will focus on those relational database models only, right? So ये आपका database abstraction है. These are the different views. ये आपका physical level है. Physical level is the internal level. इसमें that how data is being stored, right? Which file system it is using. This is logical level. Logical level is what? Describe data properties such as data semantics, data relationships, okay, and what all entities are stored in this. That all comes under logical level. And then you have view level. View level pe, that what shall be the view. These are different users. So this user can extract some other columns based on her requirement. This user can extract some other column based on her requirement, and she also can. So this way, different users will have different views of the same database. Database is same. They all are using the same database, but view for each user is different. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, this is your physical level or internal or low level. It defines how data is stored and it is complex and you have nothing to do with it, right? So, in this, how the data is stored, for example, which data structures you all are using to store that data. Are you using arrays or trees or indexes or hashing? All these are the data structures, all right? Then interface between operating system and record structure, that how that record or how that database is interacting with the operating system, right? And this is the lowest level of abstraction. Then you have conceptual level. Conceptual level is the second level, that is next high level of abstraction. It describes what data are stored and describes the relationship among data. All right. This is your external level or view level. This is the highest level. It describes part of the database for a particular group of users, and it can be can have different views of a database. Okay, depends that what exactly, how exactly user is designing a query. So it depends that what kind of query you are designing, what columns you are trying to access, or what condition you are applying. Based on that condition or based on the criteria you are mentioning in the designing of, while designing the query, you will get different views of that particular database. All right. So this is what here, this is physical level. Physical level may it basically deals with that what type of data, right? How many, how much storage is needed and offsets and all, whatever. This is internal. These are internal details. You being a user don't have to worry about all this, right? This is conceptual level where you have to work with कि आप क्या क्या स्टोर करने वाले हो उसमें. All right, you have to define that what are the columns that you are going to store, what are the fields that you want to store. जब आप एक्सेस में भी टेबल क्रिएट करना शुरू करते हो तो आप डिजाइन व्यू में जाके क्या करते हो, you define all these what do we call them, fields. We define all these fields and we give them that what kind of data, what type of data type, what data type is it, is text or it is number or it is date or it is yes no. Okay, so that is your conceptual level. Okay, then when you design a query, that is your you can say view level. All right, I hope it is clear now. Then we have,
Yes.
okay, then we have data models, and I told you data model is what? Data model is it that how data items are related to one another. That is represented by a data model. We have three data models basically. We have relational models, we have network models, we have hierarchical models. But in our syllabus, we have only relational models. So we will focus on relational models only. Database model is a specification describing how a database is structured and used, right? A data model organizes data elements and standardizes how the data elements relate to one another. It tells you how the logical structure of a database is modeled. Logical structure is what now? लॉजिकल स्ट्रक्चर इज वही जो आप टेबल क्रिएट करते हो ना, फील्ड्स वगैरह देते हो, कॉन्सेप्चुअल लेवल जो आप डिजाइन करते हो, दैट इज कॉन्सेप्चुअल लेवल इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज लॉजिकल लेवल. सो data model tells you how the logical structure of a database is modeled. Okay, data models are fundamental entities to introduce abstraction in DBMS. Data models define how data is connected to each other and how it will be processed and stored inside the system. Right? In a relational model, everything is stored in the form of a table. If we talk about hierarchical models, तो hierarchical model में parent child जो आपका जो tree है, family tree kind, data is stored in that manner. It is data is stored, data is organized in tree form. वहाँ पे पेरेंट होगा, उसके चाइल्ड होंगे, देन चाइल्ड के चिल्ड्रन होंगे. दिस वे in that case, hierarchical model may insertions, deletions, they become very difficult. All right. So relational model जो है, this is the most widely used model. Okay. In this model, information, or you can say records, they are stored in the form of a table, and those tables are called as relations, right? We call tables as relations here, right? And you know, when you have tables, you have rows, you have columns, and in this case, row is what? Row contains a record, no? And column is what? Column contains only one type of information. If we talk about roll number, it contains only one type of information, that is numeric information. And if you look at that column individually, it conveys no meaning to us, right? Now, record is what? Record is a complete row. And when you relate all those entities to one another, they give you the entire information of a user. All right. So this is a relational model. This is a table. This you have seen. These are called as columns, right? These are called as rows. Now in relational model, I told you that we call these tables as relation. So we will not say it is a table. We'll say it is a relation, right? And here row is called as a tuple. Column is columns are called as attributes, right? So these are columns, these are attributes. So this column has these attributes: SID, S name, S age, S class, S section. So columns are termed as attributes, rows are called as tuple, and table is called as a relation. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this is your relational model concept. So I explained you what is table, what is tuple, what is attribute, what is domain. Just go through, read what is written on the screen. Just read it out and see if it is clear, or you want me to explain. Table, you know, relations are saved in the format of tables, and this format stores the relation among entities. A table has rows and columns, where row represents records and column represents the attributes. Tuple is a single row of a table, right, which contains a single record for that relation. Attributes are the column. Now, domain is what? A pool of various values, a pool of values from which the actual value appearing in a given column is called as domain. Now, this is the domain. This is a column. इस column में this orange one part is domain, right? Domain का मतलब है कि ये column क्या क्या values ले रहा है, इसकी क्या range है, that is called as domain of a table, right? Then these are different keys which are used in database management system. Okay, we have candidate key, we have primary key, we have super key, we have foreign key, we have composite key, we have compound key, right? So you want me to take up these keys today only or tomorrow? What exactly you want, you tell me. Accordingly we'll decide. Shall we take up today only? Hello.
Ma'am, you decide.
Huh?
Ma'am, you decide.
Okay, I have to decide. Okay, then if I have to decide, I'll take up, right? So we use various terms in DBMS. Few terms I told you, and these are the keys. First of all, we'll talk about a primary key. Now, whenever you have a table, you know, in table, what do? You store records, and when you are saving records, we spoke about redundancy, and I said that in databases redundancy is reduced. So if we are saying redundancy is reduced, that means it shall not accept any duplicate record. If it accepts duplicate records, then that means we have redundant data. So we have to avoid that duplication of records. So how do we avoid that duplication? here in databases we have a facility of applying primary key to a column, right? You can apply primary key to any of the column, and if you're applying a key to a particular column, that column will never accept the duplicate value. So you have to decide that which column shall be applied as a primary key, right? Now if we talk about your class record only, now if suppose you are applying primary key to name field, okay, then you only decide, you think about it, can you apply primary key to name field? We cannot. Reason, because you have uh, duplicate names in your class. Sometimes you have two Hashins in the class, sometimes you have four Hashins in the class. So if you apply primary key to name column, what is going to happen? That table will record, that table will save a record of only one Hashi. If you are trying to save record of other one, it will give you a message that you are trying to duplicate the data. So whenever you are creating a table, you have to see that which particular field can be chosen as a primary key field, right? प्राइमरी की फील्ड हमेशा उसको चूज करते हो आप जो यूनिक वैल्यू होल्ड करे, राइट? अगर आप रोल नंबर्स की बात करते हो, रोल नंबर कैन बी चोजन एज अ प्राइमरी की फील्ड, बिकॉज एक पर्टिकुलर क्लास में किसी भी बच्चे का रोल नंबर सेम नहीं हो सकता. इफ रोल नंबर 1 इज असाइंड टू यू, nobody else will be assigned that same roll number. ओके, बट क्या होता है जब आप डाटाबेस बनाते हो तो डाटाबेस पूरे स्कूल का एक साथ बनेगा, ऐसा तो नहीं है क्लास वाइज डाटाबेस बनेगा. नाउ if it is a class wise database, then roll number can be chosen as a primary key, right? But if it is a database of a particular school, then roll number cannot be chosen, क्योंकि roll number 1 class 1 में भी होगा, roll number 1 class 2 में भी होगा, roll number 1 class 3 में भी होगा. That time you have to look for another column which can be applied as a primary key field, right? तो आपके स्कूल में अगर हम स्टूडेंट्स के रिकॉर्ड की बात करें तो ऐसी कौन सी आइडेंटिटी है जो यूनिक रहती है सबके लिए, राइट? कौन सी आइडेंटिटी है जो सबके लिए यूनिक रहती है? दैट इज योर एडमिशन नंबर, इजंट इट? सो यू हैव टू डिसाइड, आपका जो टेबल आप क्रिएट करते हो, आउट ऑफ ऑल दोज कॉलम्स यू हैव टू डिसाइड दैट विच फील्ड आई विल choose as a primary key field, because that field, अगर आप उस फील्ड को प्राइमरी की अप्लाई कर देते हो, आफ्टर दैट फील्ड विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट एनी डुप्लीकेट वैल्यू. और अगर एक फील्ड डुप्लीकेट वैल्यू एक्सेप्ट नहीं करती है तो इसका मतलब है वो पूरा रिकॉर्ड एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगी. इज दैट क्लियर व्हाट इज प्राइमरी की? सो प्राइमरी की इज अ स्पेशल relational database table column. It is designed to uniquely identify all the records. Now if we were talking about admission numbers, अब अगर मैं ऑफिस में जाऊं और मैं किसी से पूछूं, ऑफिस स्टाफ से अगर मैं पूछती हूँ that you tell me who is admission number 1001, immediately they will tell me, because 1001 is the unique identity of that child. There is no child with that same admission number in the school, so that is the unique identity of a child. So if I go to the office, if I inquire about a student using her admission number, immediately they will tell me that this is the child. They will give me the complete details of the child. Now if I go to the office and if I inquire, you tell me who Sahaj is, what they will do? They will tell me that there are so many Sahaj in the class, which Sahaj you want, class 1, class 2, class 3. So your name is not the unique identity of you, right? Your name is not unique identity in your school. Your name can be unique identity at your home, because at your home there is no child with the same name. अगर दो हैं बच्चे घर पे या तीन हैं बच्चे तो पेरेंट्स उनके अलग अलग आइडेंटिटी रखते हैं, ऐसा तो नहीं करते ना, तीनों का नाम एक ही रख दिया. So your name can be unique identity at your home, but if you move out of your house, then your name is not the unique identity. If we are talking about a school, तो school में आपकी unique identity क्या रहेगी? आपका admission number. So this way you need to decide कि आप कौन सी field पे primary की apply करना चाहते हो. प्राइमरी की जो है that field does not contain, it cannot contain null values. उसको आप खाली नहीं छोड़ सकते हो. प्राइमरी की फील्ड में you have to enter some value. You cannot leave that column blank. Suppose when you are feeding records, तो आप ये चाहो कि पहले मैं आगे भर लूं और बाद में प्राइमरी की इस सेल की वैल्यू डालूं, that is not possible because your computer will not allow you to move further till until you finish feeding that primary key value. ओके, प्राइमरी की एक पर्टिकुलर टेबल में एक ही प्राइमरी की हो सकती है. यू कैनॉट क्रिएट टू प्राइमरी की फील्ड्स इन अ टेबल, राइट? In a database, or you can say in a relation or in a table, there is only one field which can be chosen as primary key field. You cannot apply primary key to two fields or three fields or four fields. There is only one field, and you have to see that which field is eligible to have that primary key. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this is a table. Now in this table, these we have two tables here actually. This is first table employee, and this is another table order, right? Now in this table, you know that in databases you can create relations also. You have 2-3 tables, so you can create relation among those 2-3 tables. We have done it practically, so I hope you'll be able to relate. So this is employee field, fine. In this table, in this relation, you have one field, one attribute is as security number, another attribute of the table is employee number, then first name, last name, date of birth, date employed. All these are the attributes of this employee table. All right. Now this is another table, and the name of this table is order, and this table has order number, employee number, customer number, supplier, price, and item. When we talk about database management system, and especially when we are talking about relational database management system, what do? We break the information into smaller tables. We do not create tables with so many fields or with tables with so many attributes. Reason is, if your table is having so many attributes, it becomes slow, because when you are trying to update, when you are trying to search some records, then it becomes slow. So in order to make our databases efficient and fast, what do? We break the information into smaller tables. So here you could have written all these details here also. See here, you could have written order number here, customer number here, supplier here, price, because all these tables, both the tables are related to one another. But we did not write all these columns here. We did not write all these attributes here, because if we are writing all those things there, it becomes slow. Okay, and updation, or you can say maintenance of the database becomes difficult. So we are breaking the information into two tables. Few columns or few attributes are here in this table, and other few attributes are stored in another table, which is orders, right? Now, if you want to relate these two tables, if you want to create a relationship among both the relations, then it is possible. You can do it, right? But to create a relation, what has to be done? You shall have a common field in both the tables. Here, this is employee table. Here we have employee number. So if you want to create a relationship in this and this table, then this table also shall have employee number. Any one field, पर वो फील्ड जो है वो कॉमन होनी चाहिए. ये भी हो सकता था. This also could have been there. This also. फर्स्ट नेम, लास्ट नेम, इन चीजों को हम अवॉइड करते हैं बिकॉज दीज आर नॉट द यूनिक आइडेंटिटीज. तो आप जनरली रिलेशंस क्रिएट करने के लिए एक ऐसी फील्ड को चूज करते हो जो यूनिकली किसी रिकॉर्ड को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकती है. ऑलराइट, तो एम्प्लॉय नंबर इज द फील्ड which is chosen as a primary key here. Okay, और यहाँ पे भी एम्प्लॉय नंबर है, तो इस एम्प्लॉय नंबर के थ्रू these two tables are connected to one another, right? तो ये जो एम्प्लॉय नंबर की है, since this field or this attribute is coming from another table, it is called as a foreign key, right? this employee number, it acts as a foreign key to this table since it is coming from some other table. All right. So this is your primary key. Primary key is here in this case. This is the primary key, right? They have applied primary key to this, but जो employee number है, it also has the eligibility to become a primary key. It can because employee number कभी भी same नहीं होता. तो इस फील्ड को भी आप प्राइमरी की लगा सकते थे, बट उन्होंने यहाँ इसको लगाई है. तो this is primary key, but this key also is eligible. This attribute or this field is also eligible to be a primary key field. So that's why we are connecting both the tables through this. All right. तो इस जिस भी field के through आप दो tables को connect करते हो, that key is called as a foreign key. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Others are sleeping. सो गए हैं कहीं लगता है.
Ma'am, it is clear.
Okay. Then foreign key, this is the definition. Foreign key is a column or group of columns in a relational database table that provides a link between data in two tables. It acts as a cross-reference between tables because it references the primary key of another table, thereby establishing a link between them. So this is another example. दिस इज जब आप एक्सेस में क्रिएट करते हो रिलेशन तो ऐसा ही कुछ व्यू दिखता है ना आपको. एक्सेस में व्हेन यू क्रिएट अ टेबल, दीज आर टू टेबल्स. दिस इज डिपार्टमेंट्स, दिस इज एम्प्लॉयज. नाउ इन this is primary key. This yellow key, I think you are able to see. This is yellow key. Yellow key indicates that this is a primary key field, and in this table, this is the primary key, employee ID, right? So this and this both are primary key fields. This is primary key field of departments. This is primary key field of employees. Now here in this case, we are using primary key of this, you can say a relation to establish a relation among these two tables, right? So this and this. अगर आप इसको यूज करने वाले हो तो दिस टेबल शेल हैव दिस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड. अगर इस टेबल में ये डिपार्टमेंट आईडी फील्ड नहीं होगा, देन रिलेशन कैन नॉट बी एस्टैब्लिश्ड. तो इसका प्राइमरी की आप चूज कर रहे हो एंड दैट सेम की इज हियर, बट इस टेबल का प्राइमरी की इज समथिंग एल्स, दैट इज एम्प्लॉय आईडी. बट नाउ दिस की, दिस डिपार्टमेंट आईडी इस टेबल के लिए जो इस टेबल की प्राइमरी की है for this employee table, that is foreign key because that ID, that key, that field is coming from another table. So this department ID acts as a foreign key to this particular table. It acts as a foreign key to employees. And in this employee table, this is primary key and this is foreign key. Is that clear? This is another example. Here we have artist ID as primary key. In this case, this is another relation named as recordings. This is another relation named as genre. Okay, and this is artist relation. So in this case, we are having three relations, or you can say three tables. This is primary key of artist. This is primary key. Album ID is the primary key for recordings, and genre ID is primary key for this genre table. Right now, in this case, we are connecting. We are creating relation among these two tables through artist ID. So since we are connecting through artist ID, so this table shall have this artist ID, okay? And this table is connected to this, okay? So this table is having genre ID. So since we are creating a relation, तो इस table के पास भी genre ID होना चाहिए. क्योंकि अगर दोनों tables के पास common field नहीं होता है, then creating, or you can say establishing a relation is not possible. So in order to create or establish relationships, we shall have common field, or these green one and this green one is primary key, and this red one, since both these keys are coming from another table, or you can say we are creating relation through these. So for this table, artist ID and genre ID both are foreign keys. Is that okay?
Ma'am, can you explain the last part?
Okay, so in this case, we are having three relations, right? We are having three tables. First table is artist, right? Second table is recordings, and third table is genre. Now, in this artist table or in artist relation, we are having four attributes, four fields, you can say. Artist ID, right? And then artist name, then artist biography, and artist picture. These are the four fields this particular table is having. Then we have another relation or another table जिसका नाम रिकॉर्डिंग्स है, और उसके उस टेबल में हमारे पास ये सारी फील्ड्स हैं. वी हैव एल्बम आईडी, we have artist ID, we have genre ID, we have year of release, we have number of tracks, price and album cover, right? Then we have third relation जिसका नाम genre है, और उसमें दो attributes हैं, genre ID and genre. All right. अब हम तीनों टेबल्स में, बिकॉज वाई डू वी वर्क विद रिलेशनल डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम, बिकॉज इट इज इजी टू क्रिएट रिलेशंस. It allows us to create relation among different tables. So we prefer relational database management systems. और इसमें हम अपनी information को छोटे छोटे tables में break करते हैं. We do not store entire information in one single table. And I told you the reason. Reason is your system becomes slow. That's why we break the information into smaller tables. तो यहाँ पे हमने जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन थी उसको आपने तीन टेबल्स में डिवाइड कर दिया. ऑलराइट, अब आप इन तीनों, बिकॉज व्हेन यू डिजाइन क्वेरी, तो आप क्वेरी डिजाइन करने के टाइम पे कुछ व्यूअर्स हो सकते हैं जो आर्टिस्ट आईडी और आर्टिस्ट उसका एल्बम कवर और जेनर, इन तीनों चीजों को व्यू करना चाहेंगे. यू डोंट नो ना कि जो आपने डाटाबेस क्रिएट किया है उसको कोई व्यूअर किस तरीके से व्यू करना चाहता है. ऐसा तो जरूरी नहीं है कि हर एक व्यूअर जो है वो एक ही टेबल के फील्ड्स को व्यू करना चाहेगा. कुछ लोग होंगे जो आर्टिस्ट आईडी और आर्टिस्ट नेम को व्यू करना चाहेंगे. कुछ लोग हो सकता है आर्टिस्ट आईडी और नंबर ऑफ ट्रैक्स को या प्राइस को या उसको ईयर ऑफ रिलीज को करना चाहें. कुछ व्यूअर्स हो सकता है इस टेबल के एट्रीब्यूट्स को व्यू करना चाहेंगे. But there may be viewers who would like to have few fields of this table, few fields of this table and few fields of this table. Now, what about those viewers who want to view attributes of all these three, tables, or two tables, or these two tables? Now, if they want to view information, or if they want to view attributes of these two, or these two, or all these three, in that case, you need to relate all these three tables to one another. Because if you are not creating relations, if these tables are not related to one another, then that is not possible. Then extracting information from different tables is not possible. All right. So in order to make your database efficient, so that user can have any view that they require, you need to relate your tables to one another, right? And in order to relate your tables to one another, you shall have a common field among tables. जिनमें आप relation create करने वाले हो उनमें एक common field होना चाहिए. Now if we talk about this field, this table, इसमें हमारे पास artist ID है, right? अगर हमको ये table इसके साथ relate करना है तो इस table में हमारे पास इन चारों में से कोई field होनी चाहिए. Alright, but generally we prefer कि एक ऐसी field होनी चाहिए जो uniquely किसी record को identify कर सके. तो यहाँ पे यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई आर्टिस्ट नेम तो सेम हो सकता है, ठीक है, किसी की बायोग्राफी भी सेम हो सकती है, किसी की पिक्चर, आर्टिस्ट पिक्चर जो भी है, समटाइम्स फेस होता है ना, फेस जो है एक दूसरे के साथ मैच कर जाता है. तो इसमें से आपको एक ऐसी फील्ड या एक ऐसा एट्रीब्यूट फाइनल करना होता है विच कैन एक्ट एज अ प्राइमरी की, राइट? और दैट फील्ड जो प्राइमरी की एक्ट कर सकती है वही फील्ड हम कोशिश करते हैं इस टेबल में हो, राइट? क्योंकि टेबल ये वाला भी आप ही क्रिएट कर रहे हो, एंड दिस टेबल ऑल्सो यू आर गोइंग टू क्रिएट, this table also you are going to create. There is nobody else who's coming to design these tables. Since you only have to design the tables, you have to finalize कि किस टेबल में कौन से एट्रीब्यूट होने चाहिए, मुझे कौन से एट्रीब्यूट को प्राइमरी की लगानी है. दिस इज कॉन्सेप्चुअल लेवल, लॉजिकल लेवल डिजाइनिंग जो आप करते हो जब आप टेबल क्रिएट करते हो, यू ओनली डू ऑल दीज थिंग्स, नो? तो जब आप टेबल क्रिएट करते हो तब आपको क्या करना है, यहाँ से कोई एक फील्ड जो यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई कर सकती है इस टेबल के रिकॉर्ड्स को, that field shall be included in this table also. All right, and same is the case with this. तो इसमें और अगर आपको इसको और इसको रिलेट करना है देन ऑल्सो इट शैल हैव अ कॉमन फील्ड. सिंस ये वाला जो सेंटर वाला टेबल है ये दो टेबल्स के साथ रिलेटेड है, इसके साथ भी रिलेटेड है, इसके साथ भी रिलेटेड है, तो इसके पास दो फॉरेन कीज है. वन की इज कमिंग फ्रॉम आर्टिस्ट टेबल, ओके, एंड अनदर की इज कमिंग फ्रॉम जनरल टेबल. तो ये इसकी प्राइमरी की है, प्राइमरी की जिसके साथ येलो की लगी है दैट इज प्राइमरी की. सो यहाँ पे दिस वन इज योर प्राइमरी की, दिस वन इज योर प्राइमरी की. इन दिस केस दिस इज द प्राइमरी की, एल्बम आईडी. ओके, so this is primary key of this table and both these keys are coming from different tables. So these two keys are termed as foreign key for this table. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else? I think I'll take remaining keys tomorrow. Tomorrow again we have a class, so we'll take up remaining keys tomorrow. If you want to ask anything about these 2-3 keys जो भी हमने करी हैं, we did only two. We did primary key and we did foreign key. So if you want to ask anything related to these two keys, you can. Want to ask something?
No, ma'am, it's clear.
It's clear. Everything is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have how many students in the class today? Only 4. Harsheen. How many? Bhai, Harsheen is there. Ayushi is there. Sahaj is there, and Sharon is there. Kushdeep is
Ma'am,
there.
Kushdeep was also there, but there is some internet connection problem with her. So she joins and she then leaves.
Okay.
She
So
was there all.
okay, she told me that she's my voice is not audible, so I think she could not rejoin the class. Now she joined. So we are winding up now. So we'll wind up today's class here only. Fine. Is that okay? Tomorrow again 9 o'clock we have a class. So I want all of you to be there. Actually, I wanted everybody to be there, but I don't know why these. I don't know. They are taking it so lightly. I don't know how are they going to pop up. I seriously don't know, and it's not good at their part, but I can't help it. No, so let it be. If they are not serious about their studies, I can't help it. No, so we'll wind up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay then. Okay, bye.
Thank you, ma'am.